Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another guide for Risk of Rain Returns. This is how to beat the Judgement Providence Trial with rorr, who is one of the easier characters to beat this challenge with. None of it's easy. They're all difficult, but, this is definitely one of the easier challenges. We start with a hit list, as usual, for any character that can afford the hit list. And the rorr could definitely afford it because the rorr is absolute BS. This is such an over-tuned character. I really don't understand why they made this guy so powerful, to be honest, but it is what it is. So basically how the rorr works is you have your primary, which is like a three-piece combo that knocks up at the end, does huge damage, is insanely fast. Honestly, it should be way slower to balance this out, but again, it is what it is. And then, yeah, your secondary, you just go invincible. It's like, what? I don't really understand why this character is so overpowered. But yeah, and it has such a low cooldown, too. So you can basically just spam your secondary to just always be invincible, especially if you know when certain attacks are coming out, like the Colossus Stomp and stuff. You can always just, pop it. And then your utility skill you won't use too much because it's a grappling hook and it can just kill you, basically. There's not really any other reason to use it unless you just want to get around the map faster. So we won't be using that too much. And then I had always been using the other ultimate, so I wasn't really used to this one. But basically you connect two Tesla coils and then it deals damage in the middle. So basically, whenever it's up, I try to pop them down, and I try to, basically electrify the whole map. And yeah, he's just got super low cooldowns. He's overpowered as hell. I don't really know why this character's so overpowered, but we're going to grab the alien head here to reduce our cooldowns, because ultimately we want to be spamming our secondary. We're also going to grab the gasoline as usual, the energy cell as usual, and the guardian's heart as usual. And yeah, other than watching the gameplay, I'll check back in when we're picking up items. See you in a second. Alright, so this is where the build differs for the rorr. We're going to get a couple of backup magazines in this run because, again, you can just always be invincible, basically, with your LT or with your alternate whatever. We're also going to grab lens makers, glasses for crit, rapid mitosis as usual, unstable watch as usual, so we can basically always be spamming the watch, and also our invincibility. And yeah, your damage is kind of low early game. I mean, I guess it's not low, but it's just like, yeah, you kind of just have to be careful that you don't take too much damage. I guess it's too fast, I guess. Like, the knuckle boom is too fast, so it's kind of easy to miss targets early game every now and then. But level 3 should be relatively easy. For level 4, we're going to grab, I believe, the Frost Relic, because I really like Frost Relic on melee characters personally. We're going to grab another backup magazine so that we have 3 total invincibility alternate moves. Then we're going to grab the Ukulele for damage and Ifrit's Horn, which always seems to be the best out of those other 3 boss items. And yeah, now we're getting up there. Now we got some damage. So as usual, we just have to watch out for the parents on this level and watch out for the wisps. Here we're going to go for the Soldier Syringe, I do believe, to get some extra attack speed, even though your attack speed is already crazy fast. I think I always go for the Missile here. I'm not really sure what's the best out of these 3 options, but I typically go for the Missile. Predatory Instincts to increase our fire rate even faster, and an early Hopu Feather just to kind of get some survivability as well, our DPS faster. And then I think I'm going to Grappling Hook to Ifrit here, which is very dangerous. I would not recommend that because you can overshoot it and then just die and ruin the run. But yeah, this stage is pretty easy, as usual. Next up, we're going to grab the repulsion armor for pretty much any melee character. That's always what I pick. Still going with the fire shield on this one. Hopefully it's doing some damage. I'm not really sure. Those are like the weakest choices in the entire run. The crowbar to deal extra damage, and another Guardian's Heart, which is always good on melee characters to add some survivability. And then we've got the underwater level, which, as usual, it's a good idea to kind of loop all the enemies together and then pop the stopwatch and just, like, absolutely destroy them. Next up, we're going to take, I think, Will of the Wisps. I've been taking that a lot often just to kind of, again, just keep exploding all the enemies around each other. We're also going to grab the Golden Gun for extra damage. We're going to grab the Toxin since we're going to be on top of a lot of enemies, us being a very close melee character. And then finally, the Mortar Tube once again because it does add a nice chunk damage. And then, as usual with the lava level, I try to deal some damage to the cremator, and then when he's going to do something, I pop the stopwatch so that I can destroy him, and then the two Elder Lemurians that spawn as well. Now here, I believe I go for the Brilliant Behemoth. I'm still not sure whether the Tesla Coil is better than the Brilliant Behemoth. I don't know which one's better. The Tesla Coil might be better just because you don't have to aim anything. Another Rapid Mitosis, so we could use the stopwatch more often. Another Missile for damage, and then another Guardian's Heart. I do wonder if getting Tough Times is better for the 14% damage reduction than getting like a third or fourth Guardian's Heart, but I'm not really sure. And then as usual, I just fall down here and try to deal as much damage as possible to this pig. And then I sort of wait for everything to get on top of me, and then I pop the stopwatch, and then I wait for the second stopwatch to kind of finish everything off. Alrighty, we're gonna grab another Frost Relic, I believe, or do I get a third Hopu Feather? I think I get another Frost Relic. I do, for that extra AoE damage. I'm gonna grab a Rusty Knife since I don't have one, just to add an extra bit of effect. I'm gonna get a Harvester's Scythe to heal on crits. And I'm going to get another Mortar Tube for damage. And then as usual with this level, I'm going to try to focus the left topmost robot first, followed by the middle robot, and then followed by the right robot. And then, yeah, ideally I shouldn't use my stopwatch until the Imp, and then kill the Imp boss. But this level's not too big of a deal usually, as long as you know to watch out for the robot's attacks. And then finally make sure to heal, because this is the last one. I'm going to grab, I think, crit? No, I go for the Guardian's Heart. Okay, interesting. And then here I go for the ring, just so I could spam my alternate invincibility, basically. Hermit Scarf for some evasion chance. And Timekeeper Secret. I'm still not sure if Timekeeper Secret's worth it or not, but, you know, it does give you that extra chance if everything else fails. And then, as usual, we have the Providence fight. Yeah, just make sure to put your coils down. Make sure to use your stopwatch, because it has a really low cooldown at this point. And there's so much time in between phases and invincibility for Providence. And yeah, just basically always be spamming your alternate move to be invincible constantly. I mean, you have 3 charges of it, and the cooldown is so low. you know, you can mess up, so you have to be careful with it. But yeah, just pretty much always be going invincible, and the loader is hilariously overpowered. I don't know why, like I said, this character is so overtuned, but compared to the others. But yeah, that's the loader done. Hope this guide helped. Thanks so much for watching. You can support the channel by leaving some likes and comments. Also, check out the Patreon. Link is in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.